Nintendo, one of the most beloved companies in gaming. Don't know about that. In 2025, that goodwill was tested. From pricing decisions to fan backlash, a lot of Nintendo's karma for recent moves are starting to catch up with them. This doesn't feel like a one-off mistake. It feels like momentum in the wrong direction. And as we head into towards 2026, the question isn't what went wrong, it's whether Nintendo can actually course correct fast enough, because bad karma in gaming has a way of lingering. So let's talk about why Nintendo's mistakes might be rolling straight into 2026.
Are you honored to take?
All right, so this is one of my topics, and I am a firm believer. I am in a silent protest against everything Nintendo, just like I am in a silent protest for everything Ubisoft. Nintendo has been moving nasty since the Switch 1 success. Boy, they started having big dick energy or some shit. Like, oh, we're Nintendo. We selling millions without even trying. And, they have made some decisions that is very, very, very disgusting towards me. And this is well documented. And much of our Nintendo's topics, I blatantly say F Nintendo multiple times on different platforms. Going into 2026, we have reported that the sales of the Switch 2 have not been reaching expectation Nintendo thought it would hit. So that's already karma number one. I don't know why you even thought to bring this inferior product to the marketplace when you have a Switch 1 with OLED. Maybe people have commented in our past videos saying, hey, I bought a second OLED Switch 1 just so if something happens to it, I don't have to buy this bullshit ass Switch 2 that's on the market. And I said, damn, that's how you know it's rough. Like, they're buying the older product because the newer product that's on the market is inferior. And Nintendo did that on purpose. They did it on purpose. And that's why I say Nintendo karma in 2026 is something I'm very much looking forward to. Now, that's not to say Nintendo's going to fold and Nintendo won't be Nintendo no more. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying a lot of past disgusting anti-consumer decisions they've made up to this point is catching up with them in 2026 because, like we've reported, all these chips and all these things to make these systems are at an all-time high. Consumers are not bullshitting. They're not throwing money willy-nilly. They're a lot more tighter with their pocketbooks. And the first thing that gets nipped in the bud is newer hardware that feels unnecessary. A lot of people in our past videos have commented they don't feel the need to switch up from a Switch 1 OLED to the Switch 2. They don't feel the need. Like I said, I feel the same way about my PlayStation 5. If a PlayStation 6 was to come out to next year. So that's karma thing number one. Karma two, this key card backlash, people are serious about this. They are not fucking around with this key card backlash, and they mean business. And Nintendo has came out and said they're trying to course correct and do some shit. But at this point, isn't it kind of a little too late? Like, bruh, this has been a thing. What are you talking about? Another thing too, karma. A lot of ports. Nintendo has been porting a lot of stuff to the Switch 2. And even during the Game Awards, I saw a lot of Switch 2 logos. Cool. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. But their system capabilities has a cap. And a lot of ports that has come to the Nintendo has had big issues and big bugs to the point where people are complaining like, bruh, why even try to port this over? It cannot run. It takes so much shit to run on your system because why? You made an inferior product. That's just facts. That's not opinion based. That is factual. Now, another thing, we all know the Metroid Prime 4 development time was crazy. 7 years, 8 years, what are you doing? And that's all because Nintendo is going cheap with the development of their first party games. Metro Prime 4 was a prime case scenario. They went to this one developer. The developer was shit. They had to switch lanes, change over to another developer, give it back to the original makers, or however the fucking story went. Either way, Nintendo got karma because the fucking shit was trying to be cheap. Okay? And Metro Prime 4 only has 15 hours of gameplay. And most people are like, what the fuck? And you want to charge me $70? That's another thing. Nintendo games ain't worth $70. And they're feeling the backlash now because people ain't buying them. And if people do buy them, it's when they go on sale. And we all know how rare that is. Nintendo games, first party games do not go on sale. But it's the fact that some people are waiting to the sale and not paying full price for a Nintendo game because they don't feel the value is there. And that's another biggest karma thing that's going in 2026. People are saying Nintendo, we don't see the value, therefore we're not giving you the money. A lot of, like I said, we made multiple videos about Nintendo and some of they nasty shit. And so many people are in the comments saying, yeah, I am not buying their shit. It is, the value is not there. Even at the price of the Switch 2, that price is ridiculous. And now, with all the chip shit going off, there's rumors saying they have to have a price increase because Nintendo is not going to take a big loss on these units being sold, even though their units are just sitting on the shelf. So even more, that's going to drive consumers to be like, no, bruh, I'm not paying for that. I just think in 2026, a lot of karma is catching up with Nintendo, and rightfully so. They've been moving nasty. They've been having this fake big dick energy since the unexpected success of the Switch 1. I'm not here to downplay the Switch 1 success. I have a Switch 1. But you know what? I only got 2 games on that bitch because I don't give Nintendo my money. And that's Stardew Valley and that's Smash Bros. That's the only shit that I've ever given Nintendo money on. And I didn't even buy my Switch 1. You know, it was a gift. So I'm just saying, I think Nintendo needs to have some real self-reflection like they did with the Wii U and with the Nintendo 3DS, was it? Is that the one they had to discount heavily after just a few weeks of being on the market? Like, they need to have
Yeah,
some
it was the 3DS was the system you're thinking about. Yes.
they need to have some self-reflection because they just been moving really anti-consumer, acting like they have no flaws, acting like they can do whatever and people are just gonna take it. And going into 2026, people are saying we ain't taking it, so fuck you. And I am so proud the consumers of the game consumers that do support Nintendo are saying, hey, nah, this is the line, bruh. And the value ain't there, and your shit is inferior, and it's buggy on release. Nah, bruh. We ain't taking it. That Switch 2, you can go ahead and take that and shove it. We'll stay. Hey, I'm proud. People saying, hey, I'd rather stay with my Switch 1 to upgrade to Switch 2. I felt like years ago, people wouldn't be saying that. They would just be throwing their money around Nintendo. Nintendo would be like, see, we can do whatever we want. This is the consumer putting their money where their mouth is. They're saying this is the line. Nintendo is not even coming nowhere close to the line. So therefore, we're not paying them no money. And I'm very proud. And I hope it continues in 2026. I've stated in a few comments, I'll put them up. Me going back and forth with some people in agreement because they saying, hey, this shit cannot stand. I'm not putting up with this shit. Fuck Nintendo. Me and the commenters are in line. Sometimes we disagree in the comments, but naturally, not everybody's going to agree with every topic we put up. But a lot of people are in line with this Nintendo karma shit. So maybe they can do something to self-correct. Maybe they can do something to bring back. I know one thing: they ain't gonna lower them prices on them games. You know, I know they braggadocious about this Nintendo seal of quality, baby. None of your games that you've ever made in life is worth $70, and I'm gonna be very firm in that, and no one can talk me off that ledge. Nothing Nintendo puts out is worth $70. Let's go ahead and just establish that. Whatever they get going forward with these $70 Nintendo Zilla quality fucking games, they deserve. These bitches sit on shelves. If the Switch 2 sit on shelves, it's what they deserve. I'm very much in line when a platform fucks up, you just gotta call them on that bullshit because Nintendo has been in this days of like, we can do whatever the fuck we want because we're fucking Nintendo. Like, about fucking time, fucking the belt meets ass, okay? And the consumers need to put belt to ass with Nintendo because they just been getting away with bullshit for the longest time. But that's my little rant. And like I said, this is something I hope will continue on into 2026 because it did linger at the end of 2025 and we're starting the new year. So this is something, and people are gonna say, oh, you've been so negative at the start of the year. Because Nintendo is just bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And I say fuck all these platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, all of them. At the end of the day, they do nasty shit. Nintendo has been doing nasty shit for a long time. But let me end my rant there. No, I'll let my cousin go.
You kind of said it all. I mean, like I've said, I haven't bought a Switch 2. And you know how light my wallet is when, ooh, something new. Ooh, something shiny. Nintendo does walk around like, they shit don't stink. They are starting to feel the pressures of everything that's going on. Now, as much as I would hate for it to happen, they will raise the price on the Switch. The Switch 2, man. Because to keep from raising price on Switch 2, they raised prices on the first one. On the Switch 2's accessories. They raised prices on everything across the board.
That
Just
was
to
some
try to
mind
save
trick.
face.
That was some mind trick. Don't let them
Yeah,
fool you. They're
so
trying to of cannibalized the first one, so it forces you to buy the second one. Let's call a spade a spade.
Absolutely. So when you look at the optics, oh, the Switch OLED is 400. Oh, but the newer thing, oh, it's 450. Oh, it's just
Mm-hmm.
$50 more. Yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
cheap tactic. And to the lessers, I'm sorry, well, the casuals, it may work, but maybe at launch. Now everybody is nickel and diamond everything. No one has time to be getting played. So my cousin did go on a little bit of rant, and she pretty much said anything that could and would be said. So hey, let them have their cake and eat it too. It'll be all right.
Yeah, at the end of the Nintendo has been around for a very, very, very long time. And don't get this construed. I am talking about gaming. Now, movies, Nintendo's. Hey, I'm looking forward to the movies that Nintendo bring out because their movies are good. I don't know who's in charge or who's ever, but we'll get to that at a later topic. So when I talk about Nintendo Karma, I am talking about the gaming division, which is their bread and butter. That's what the whole company is kind of, that's where they make their money. I mean, don't get me wrong, they got theme parks and all that other stuff and merchandise. And don't get me wrong, that's a moneymaker too. But their core thing is making these video games. And I just think they need a dose of reality like they did with the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. They need a little slap in the face, like wake up. People ain't bullshitting right now, especially with the type of environment with gaming becoming more and more of a luxury than ever it's been in life. Nintendo definitely needs to wake up and see the karma that they've been building over the years and the mistrust that is amongst some of their loyal customers more than it's ever been. But you let me know in the comments below, do you think Nintendo Karma will continue in 2026 or will they let me know how much faith that you have in Nintendo, because I'm gonna tell you right now from the jump, and you can probably say I'm biased against Nintendo. I have no faith. And that kind of is not just a Nintendo thing. I have no faith in Sony. I have no faith in Microsoft. 'Cause at the end of the day, these platforms are here to do what? Make money. And who money they trying to take is yours. But at the end of the day, make them earn your money. Just don't give it away. Make them earn it. That's the only thing I want to get across. I make these complaints about these platforms. Make these people work for your money. Just don't give it away willy-nilly, because at that point you can just throw it out the window if motherfuckers ain't gonna work for it. But anyway, let us know how you feel in the comments below.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?